in the module 1 introduction, the aim of UHV2, why this UHV2 is designed. Self-evolution. What is evolution? The change or development in any being, living being. Here especially human being, the self, how it is get evaluated and how it should be evolved. That is the point here. So these are the expected shift through UHV2. That is, after we have completed the UHV1 that I explained in the previous lecture, we are ready to work for further shift through the process of self-exploration. If it has not happened, that is before UHV1 and the transformation from UHV1 to UHV2, if it has not happened, then we have to work hard to get the shift towards the UHV2. It is needless to say that task now is going to be far more difficult and challenging. So we have to put more effort in our self-exploration. That is the more important thing. So we will now try to get an idea about the shift that is expected to take place if we go through the process of self-exploration in this course. Before Universal Human Values 1, when you was there in the class, you may assume that human being is a body, and most expectation is accumulation of all the physical facility will create me or give me the happiness. This may be the total assumption you have. So I expect continuous happiness and prosperity from physical facility, sensation and feeling from other. So I require physical facility which is undefined or unlimited. This will be, say example, I should have a costliest car. Whether I will get satisfied till the new brand arrive in the market. So here the expectation is not the happiness, here the prestige or some other thing. So the physical facility is the only thing I can become happiness is the first assumption before understanding what is universal human values. But the physical facility, can it remain for a long time? It is limited and it is not continuous. So anything, whatever the materialistic thing we are keep on accumulating, it won't give the thing. So if that understanding started happening, that is the success of the Universal Human Values 1. So then you will understand human being is coexistent of self and the body. What is the difference between existent and coexistent? Yes, I am exist in the world. I am only exist in the world. That is the difference. I exist in the world means I am the part of this creation. I am the only thing exist in the world means I am the predominant one compared to any other thing. But not the way. All the living beings are supposed to have the space to live here. Among this, the body is alone the predominant? No. Apart from this body, there are many things. My mind, my intellectual part, everything. It has its own thought process, everything. So beyond the body, there is the core value, the self. So all the things exist, but the self and the body has to go ahead, go side by side or parallelly. So it is a coexistent. Without the body, the self can't move. Without the self, the body, it has no value. So I think desire for continuity of happiness and prosperity, physical facility is required. Yes, it is required. Nurturing, protecting and right utilization of the body, it is required. My program is to understand and to live in harmony at all levels of being. I have to utilize those things, but at what level? At what parameter that is the thinking process should happen after the UHV1. If it is happened very vigorously or very detailedly, then the shift from UHV1 to UHV2 is realizing. The key word you have to remember is, first we are having some pre-assumptions that this is, I am the body, I require these facilities, that is assuming. But if you start understanding all the materials, they are temporary and they are keep on changing, and it won't give the continuous happiness, it is not an eternal, then that understanding, if you start applying, you will realize the self is central to human existence, body used as an instrument. It is an instrument. Without the body we can't do anything, but it should be used as an instrument. It has to maintain, overall everything, it should be made, but it should be used as an instrument to understand the self and how the self act should do, what are the things. So I desire for continuous happiness, that is the need of the self. Then what activity should be made by the self, which is fulfilled by understanding of coexistence, feeling and thought of coexistence. Here the coexistence means all the living being. What are the things around me, my fellow beings, my other order of living, animal order, plant order, many orders are there, they are also existing, I am also existing among themselves. Then I should have the feel and the thought process of that coexistence. If that realization happens, the shift started happen. So UHV2 is totally focused for the further shift is the need of the self is continuous happiness. There is no doubt we all are need the happiness continuously. It should not be time being, it should be continuous. So which is fulfilled by understanding coexistence, feeling and thought of coexistence. This is expressed naturally in the form of mutually fulfilling behavior with human being. Without I am giving the happiness to others, nobody will give me back the happiness. So it is the mutual understanding, mutual fulfilling. If I give something to somebody, they have to give back something. If such practice started giving, I have to nourish my fellowship, then the nourishment will come back to me. That is a mutual fulfilling behavior with human being. It can be realized in the nature. If I protect the nature, the nature will protect me. But the human beings, we are the question marks, So, but the nature is replying to us. So we have to take care of that. That is the mutual fulfilling, mutually enriching work with the rest of nature. Remaining all the nature. I say the example that all the nature, even small stone, hill, water bodies, everything, they have to be enriched, they have to be governed, they have to be protected. If such thing happened, at least around me, it will mutually reply to me, or mutually it fulfill my wish also. If I have put a small garden around my house, it will give at least a small flower which will nourish me. Is it? So the mutual fulfilling should be happen. If it is in the animal order or in the plant order, it is replying, but it should happen in the human order also. But who has to start? He has to start, she has to start. If such egoistic thought process keep on going, nothing will come back. The same behavior they also, I have to reply to them. So mutual fulfilling, mutual enriching should happen. Participation in larger order. I am not a small creature, I am the part of this big nature, and I am the nature also. If such a huge vision comes back, leading to undivided society and universal human order, we will respect that, we will nourish that. So I can enjoy this body as an instrument and I can utilize it properly. I will govern this body also, and I will make others happy also. That is the shift to be made after this UHV2. So these are the things. It's look like a recap of it. So what we have assumed before UHV1 is human being is body, but after UHV1 the self and the body are the coexistence. This is the, but after UHV2 the expected one is self is central, the self is all, the body is used as an instrument. Existence, yes, existence is there. It is of different units, consciousness and material submerged in space. Each and every material has consciousness, but some, all the being, it won't reveal it. But human being or plant or animal being, the consciousness is there. Sorry. The consciousness is there, but the human being has the ability to think about it, explore about it. So the consciousness is the self which can transform anything. So the expected thing is unit submerged in space. The consciousness has to come out, and it should produce the continuous happiness. The happiness is to be in the state of coexistence. Prosperity is a part. If I am happiness, that is my prosperity. It is a part. It should come. Without happiness, I can't say I am prosperer. Right? So that has to be happen. But in the UHV1 completed stage or the understanding stage, the happiness is to be in a state of harmony. At least in my fellow living beings surroundings, I should be happy with them and make them happy. They have to mutually reply to me. If that happens, the next expected thing is the prosperity is a part and happiness is to be the state of coexistence. So the ultimate aim of the program of UHV1 and UHV2 is that in UHV1 to understand and to live in harmony, here to understand coexistence, to have the feeling and thought of coexistence, to live in coexistence. That is the expected aim of this program. So in detail, the realizing is the keyword for the UHV2. In that, the self is central to human existence. Body is should be used as an instrument. So the need and activity of the self we have already discussed. The two important points to be noted are the need for the feeling of prosperity is a part of being in a state of continuous happiness, that is to be in harmony at all levels. Expression in mutual relation with human being and rest of nature in terms of behavior and work is a natural outcome of understanding of coexistence and feeling of thought of coexistence. This is the two important point to be noted, and it should be cherished and it should be realized. That is the expected one. So please have a self reflection in your home. In your self exploration about prosperity, you keep this question in your mind and try to do the activity. What importance did you find of understanding and feeling over and above physical facility? First question. With that assumption or understanding, what 3 specific actions did you take? So please have this question. Try to write the thought process, what happened to you. Please write it and have it with you. Right? So if you have any other question, reserve it for the interaction session. Thank you, students.